So Google's Bard just received an update on February 1st, and it has now got image generation capabilities. Now, this isn't any new news because it was announced later last year itself when Google announced Gemini Pro. And I decided to test it against Bing with ChatGPT again. If you haven't watched part 1, I'll link it in the description. So this time I decided to make them compete against each other for an image generation task because Bard just received it and Bing with ChatGPT and DALI has had it for a long time now. So the first prompt I decided to give both of these chatbots was that give me a picture of a cartoon character. Now, as you can see, I've typed the exact same prompt in both of them, and Bing by default just chooses to generate a picture, while Bard in this case has decided to give me an existing picture of a cartoon character. So I think Bard requires me to specifically ask it to generate a picture, whereas Bing with DALI is just like, okay, I'm gonna generate a picture for you. So I tried again with Bard and specifically put in the word generate, and this time around it did generate pictures. Now, as you can see, the images given by Bard are like 3D cartoons, whereas the ones given by Bing are like 2D, and for some reason, all the pictures given by Bing are pretty similar. Like, as you can see, all of them have rainbows, and the dress also kind of looks similar in the cartoons, whereas Bard has more diverse results. And for some reason, the 3D look is not quite giving them a cartoon look. I don't know if that's just me, but yeah. So, next, I tried something a little more specific. I didn't change the prompt, I just added a phrase to it saying a cartoon character wearing headphones. And this time around, Bard understood the context and it generated images instead of just giving me existing images. Bing, on the other hand, gave me a whole lot of vibrant images. I mean, they do look like cartoons for sure, they have that 2D look to them. Now, I decided to put a more specific phrase into Bard because I wanted like 2D pictures of cartoons or 2D cartoons. But no, Bard for some reason didn't understand and it gave me slightly modified versions of previous pictures, which still had that 3D look. Among all the pictures Bard has generated, I think I would definitely pick this one. Looks a little more cartoonish, in my opinion. I decided to give in one more phrase to Bard and said, make them colorful. Them here being the images that were generated. Because as you can see, Bing's images are vibrant. A little too vibrant, if you ask me. But Bard's images are totally opposite. I feel they lack that color vibrancy when it comes to cartoon pictures. Oh, here's what Bard said. It's saying I cannot generate that image. Okay. I decided to give Bard a rest now and went to Bing and said, make them less colorful. Because the ones it had generated were like over the top vibrant. And while Bing did take some time, I would say the results were pretty good. For a prompt saying a cartoon character wearing headphones, I would definitely pick Bing's images over Bard's here in this case because I think they are more suited towards the context of a cartoon image. Now for the second prompt. This time I said a uniquely designed building. And again, Bing by default just chooses to generate a picture, while Bard actually gave me an explanation and some of the uniquely designed buildings that are already existing in the real world. So again, I went ahead and modified my prompt to say generate an image of a uniquely designed building. And as it took a little time, I went over to Bing to check on its results. And as you can see, all the four images are pretty similar to each other. All of them have that swirly shape. Coming back to Bard. Okay, it's done a pretty good job this time. The buildings all look uniquely designed and kind of semi realistic. Plus, again, they're all different. Oh, and yes, point to be noted that Bard generates only two images by default unless and until you ask it to generate more. And so I clicked on generate more, and yeah, this time Bard did its job pretty satisfactorily. All the four images were really nice and they were all uniquely designed and they were diverse. So yeah, this time I would definitely pick Bard's pictures over Bing's. And now for the conclusion. In my opinion, right now in image generation, Bing has an edge over Bard because it has been there for quite some time now, and the more the people have used it, it's gotten better. While Bard just received the update and people have just started using it. And this kind of leads to Bing being able to understand the context better. But I think Bard is gonna get there as well, eventually, for sure. But as of now, the differentiating factor between the two is that you can notice the similarity between the pictures Bing generates, whereas Bard's pictures are all diverse, as in they're different, like none of them look the same with respect to each other, which kind of gives you more options for one prompt. That was it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a like, and if you're into tech stuff, do subscribe.